on crafting success, women entrepreneurs of Jammu and Kashmir. We have with us 4 experienced women entrepreneurs who have carved a niche for themselves. Our first speaker is Ms. Khushbu Mattu Bharadwaj. She is the program head of Radio Mirchi Jammu and Kashmir and a writer, researcher, and analyst. Her faith in breathing humor into life, her passion for working towards equality, her experience as a digital marketer, software analyst, and teacher makes her a woman to reckon with. We welcome you. I think we don't have her with us yet, but she'll be joining us shortly. Our next speaker is an enigmatic woman of great vision and might, Ms. Mansi Gupta. She is the founder of MG Institute of Fashion Technology in Jammu. After a degree from the prestigious National Institute of Fashion Technology, Delhi, and a corporate job, she streamlined her efforts as an educationalist and entrepreneur to help manifest the youth's career goals in fashion. We welcome you, ma'am. Our next speakers are a dynamic duo of 2 teachers who put their ideas to paper, Ms. Omaira Khan and Binish Khan. While they met as friends and were teaching in a well-known school, they co-founded a business called Craft World Kashmir. They are self-taught artists who operate online through Facebook and Instagram. In promoting handicrafts and showcasing homegrown talent, we are honored to have them both with us. I'm not sure if they've joined yet, but we'll be having them with us shortly. Our next speaker is Ms. Preeti Kashyap. She is the Chief Executive Officer of Ayush Medicity. With a vision to promote quality Ayurvedic treatment to people in Jammu and Kashmir and in the country, as well as generate employment for Ayurvedic doctors, her venture is one that truly strives to drive change. We are honored to have you with us. Welcome you, ma'am. Our moderator for the day is Ms. Rakhi Bakshi. She is the founder, managing editor, and director of Her World India, a leading web portal spearheading the cause of gender equality and diversity, among other social causes. She is a veteran media professional who served as media advisor to Lok Sabha Speaker and also championed the cause of gender rights as director, Women's Feature Service, and show host on Rajya Sabha TV. She's a role model for girls and women all over the world. I take this opportunity to briefly introduce our portal, Her World. We are a web portal covering various themes across the vista from gender equality, ecological issues, poverty, stories of hope and courage. We strive to create an ecosystem of allies driven to empower people with information. Our partners are Honor of Women, an organization that strives to awareness through workshops, webinars, and more. The Policy Center and Gender Lab of Miranda House, SDG Chopal, an initiative of Nagrik Foundation, Jammu Voice, who recently joined us as a partner, and Kacheri India. We are present on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and our social media handles can be accessed from the screen in front of you. If any of you wish to partner with us, you can write to us on our email ID. And I hope all of you have a really insightful session. We're looking forward to this. Rakhi ma'am, I now hand over the button to you.
So much, Anushka, and I'm so glad on behalf of Her World you all once again. I hope some of you who have not joined in are joining in. But let me first of all really exhibit my extreme delight, honor, and privilege in having you all on this talk show. Today's theme, as you know, is crafting success, women entrepreneurs of Jammu and Kashmir. But not only this, in the previous episodes, we have brought you new ideas and new themes. And I can really share with you, all of you today, that, we're extremely delighted to understand that your feedback is extremely positive. Your love and your courage and your support is all making us proud and encouraging us to work harder, bring in new ideas and themes before you. And Her World actually strives to do that, talk about gender equality, but also everything which is holistic, everything which is inclusive, and everything which brings in diversity, as Anushka said, also to the forum. And we want all of you to become our supporters, partners, collaborators. In whichever way you want, please write into us. Your feedback is very important to us. Each episode, we have learned new things, we have gained new insights, and each episode we want to, really, really improve much more and bring to you something which is very substantial. in today's talk show also, we are bringing in these voices, especially let's say from Jammu and Kashmir. We've earlier brought you voices from the Northeast. We told you stories. So our whole idea is to bring in, those voices which sometimes get lost in the mainstream discussion. And that is the whole, idea that we take forward as Her World idea. And we'll keep continue to do that. We'll keep striving to work on those areas which are less accessible at times. We know that this is the digital era. We are in a pandemic time, but our whole mission and aim is to bring in a lot of cheer and hope for you and optimism for you, and that's where we are today. We thought, why not talk about women whose contribution to economy is immense. And I think when we saw that in Jammu and Kashmir, uh, we saw on Lieutenant Governor announcing that there's a package for Jammu and Kashmir, and that package includes, some hope and financial support for women entrepreneurs of Jammu and Kashmir. That's where we thought we should pick up the subject and talk to them, understand what are their challenges, what are they looking at, and also as to what authorities are looking at in terms of helping them. So let me welcome all of you. I don't know whoever is joining, fine. Otherwise, my team is really trying to get to you. If you have any problem, get in touch with the team members. You have the numbers, you have the email IDs, and you have the social media contacts. Let me begin. If Mansi is there,
Yes,
and she's Mansi, who heads Fashion Institute, but I'm told that with her students also, she's joining in. And what a great career and journey Mansi has. I'm told that in all these years, she's been striving hard to make a mark in that region through her work, not only through the Design Institute, but her continuous work every day, which has brought in and inspired, so many other girls and women in the region. So Mansi, welcome, and tell us as to how this journey looks like for you, and also in the new scenario, what is being called a new idea of Kashmir. How are you looking at this roadmap for women? How are you looking at your business growing, Mansi?
Yeah, thank you so much, Rakhi. It has always been a very interesting journey, and when you're living the journey, you don't realize that the milestones that you keep covering, it's after when you look back upon it, that's when you realize that, okay, it was a journey, or it was, you started from a point and you have reached a point. So I never feel, until date, I don't feel that there's something exceptional or extraordinary. It's just a fashion design institute that I run. And I started it in the year 2008. That's when I always was into designing only, and I had my own setup, my own little studio earlier. And then the idea of bringing in a fashion designing institute to Jammu was came to me because it was there were not hardly any institutes here, and this field was very, very new at that time. And the field wasn't new, but this was not the a chosen career path that the girls would choose at that time, or the boys, for that matter. And the parents still had that mindset that engineering and doctor, or maybe all that is which are very safe fields, or which are the fields which have been there forever. So that is what was the chosen choice at that time. So initially, we even had to convince the parents to send their children to the college, or let them take admission, and assuring them that they would have a good future. But thankfully, all was it fell into place, and we've always had very good placements of students, and not just working with good companies. Many of them have launched their own brands over the years. So that has been the most delightful part of the journey, and that is what gives me so much of satisfaction now. Like whenever you have these exhibitions, when the world had the exhibitions, now everything has changed, but pre-COVID, when you had this new concept of having fashion weeks or exhibitions had come to Jammu also. So I always had my students there whenever I would go and visit, and it was so delightful and so fulfilling to see that there were so many people whose lives I had touched in whatever way it had, maybe just giving them confidence, or giving them a rather makeover from what they were when they joined to when they passed out, and to people who are running their businesses so successfully. They make me so proud, and that has been the most fulfilling part of the journey.
Nice to hear, Mansi, and we'll keep hearing more such inputs from you.
Yes.
If I can go to Preeti, who I'm told has also joined. Preeti, I've been talking to you, and what I understand is that you do multiple things actually. One of the things that you do is that you work on herbal medicine, something which is very relevant now. But apart from that, I think you also have an association with media. You also have an association with other social work. In fact, you keep so busy that it's at times tough to talk to you. So Preeti, welcome and talk about your journey briefly.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for having me here. And yes, it's been an immense pleasure to have me here. And thank you to you for organizing such a wonderful platform, digital and virtual. So and talking on in such a wonderful topic. And yes, not doing so many things, but yeah, some of them. I started from my college time, being a medical student, a doctor now. That time I was a first year medical student, and that time I wanted to do something new, as my parents wanted me to become a doctor. So I also wanted to be a professional, I also wanted to become a doctor, but with that I want to do something else, something new. So we started with an there was so it's never a single person journey. There is always so many people with you. That's why things can be possible in a good way. So I started with an NGO, and then with the and just to whatever I studied, the herbal medicine, I just wanted to promote it in a better way. Like nowadays, herbal medicine is being used not in India but all over the globe. So started with that, and now into business, doing my own manufacturing of herbal medicines. We have some manufacturing for the some good companies, and now we are trying to have some more branches in Africa as well. So started in a way, and now beautifully it's going. It's never too late to start. So that time was the high time to start for me.
Okay. So I'm not sure whether Khushbu and Omaira and Binish.
Hi. Hi, Rakhi. Khushbu this side.
Hi, Khushbu. So glad to have you finally. So Khushbu, I mean, there is a lot of Khushbu already coming in. The aroma of having so many women around talking about stuff that they are all interested in, that they are all working hard on. Because if you're in Jammu and Kashmir, people think, oh, you don't know much. The whole idea through this talk show is also to make everybody understand as to what all is happening and what all needs to be done.
Absolutely.
So tell us your story.
I don't think, like Mansi said, I think I'm still living the story, and I think I'm not even halfway through. But I would like to say that I think I'm here today speaking because of passion. That's the only thing, because when you have passion, you will find out ways, you'll find your support. You'll find people who support you, and you won't find excuses. So I was a software analyst, and then I created my own company called Compost Planners in Pune, wherein this was around 7 years ago, where I helped a lot of businesses migrate to digital, who had shops, who had different businesses, but these were people who were old, who could not understand how to make it digital, how to sell online. So I helped a few businesses come online through search engine optimization and making their apps and websites. And then I moved to Jammu, and I got the chance to launch Radio Mirchi for Jammu and then for Srinagar stations. And I am glad and I'm lucky that, I get to work in my homeland. I got to open a radio channel in J&K. And it's a great deal for me because majority of our staff is women. And I make sure that there are more women working in the office, because there is just something about a woman who faces so much of challenge at home, and then, fights so much, and then comes to office. No, because I have to work. There is that added advantage, I would say that pressure leads to some more productivity if you compare that to men. Again, it is not about feminism or anything, but it is more about being liberated now. A lot of women feel liberated because they're educated now and they can go out and work. And then I also started because I thought there should be more research in J&K, which is, it happens less. There is more of political research always, which is happening in J&K, less of socio-economic and, this gender-based study, So I launched my own policy institute last year called IFF, India First Foundation, in Feb. There is a little study that we have done after that, but we had to hang out because of COVID. And in fact, this year only Feb. I am saying last year because there's so much that has happened in the whole year that you feel like it happened last year. And apart from that, I also have a daughter who's 6-year-old. So like I wrote yesterday everywhere on social media, it is us women, we are taking 2 full-time jobs because we don't let work get out of our hands, household work also and office work also. So it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge, I think.
How well said. And also you reminded me of saying this and sharing this with all of us and all those participants and the world around, that it happens to be the Daughters' Day. And as I said, that on my post, that how daughters need to be fearless, they should be independent enough to work on their choices, and really be focused as to what they really want to do, and they really should get to walk and work on their dreams. So I think that's very, very important. I'm glad that we're doing this show today on the same day.
Absolutely.
Us, are kind of together on a mission to really say that, come what may, as rightly you said, Khushbu, that once you face hardships, challenges, you have that resilience, which increases to really work more. And, this is about women, as you rightly said, multitaskers, always ready to take new challenges and show the best whatever is there in her. And that's where we want more and more women, their capabilities to come to the fore. Sometimes people ask us as to, and these questions I think are asked to all of us, as to why this whole emphasis on women. Do you want to separate men from women and the gender divide? But we say no, because the capability and the resource that woman has to be really used to the fullest potential.
Absolutely.
And that's why these shows and these kind of conversations are very, very important. And so let me also now go to Omaira, if she's there. My team can tell me if they've also joined in. Omaira and Vinish, are they there? I really wanted to bring in more voices also from the Valley, because it's very important to bring in, all kinds of voices from all kinds of corners. But, I can also share it with you, because last time also we had a discussion and an officer was supposed to join us and there was connectivity problems. So we do understand that, but we'll be more patient to understand that if they're able to join, very good. Otherwise, we'll try and get even video from them. That's what we've planned.
Sure.
We keep connecting with them.
Ma'am, we have Binish with us. Binish ma'am is with us.
Has joined. Binish, welcome so much. You are there in Srinagar, and I was reading about your work and how beautifully you two come together, Omaira and you actually crafted this whole organization. We call it Craft World Kashmir. So welcome, Binish. And I asked Omaira that I want pictures of both of us separately. They said no, we want the picture together, and I love that idea.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining in. The more the merrier. So come and talk to us about your story.
Yeah, sure.
So as to how you started and how you feel that it's all going on. We're just talking, not about
sure.
Talking. Yeah. Vinish.
Yes. Hi. Actually, we started in December 2015, and after that, Omaira and me, we started reviving crochet in Kashmir. After 1 year, what we decided to teach some girls, and after that, within 2 years, we became a team of 14 members, and we start employing girls. And the girls were coming from somewhere coming from the far-flung areas, and somewhere coming from the neighborhood areas. So we become a team of 14 girls. They used to come to our home, and we provided them this work, and they do at home at part-time. And after that, what happened, this year, we faced a lot of problem because of this COVID-19. Girls couldn't come to our home, but what we were doing, we were assigning work to them. Slowly and slowly, we just came up with the same. And what we have done, we have revived crochet in Kashmir. We do make different kind of beanies. We make different kind of slippers. Amigurumi we have introduced in Kashmir, and we have introduced floral jewelry. We are the first in Kashmir, the one who has introduced floral jewelry in Kashmir. We make 3 different kind of jewelries. One is crochet jewelry, another is gota jewelry, and the third one is floral jewelry. All the brides come to us. We provide them different kind of jewelries, different kind of chadar, floral chadars and umbrellas. uh, this is what we do, Omara and me. We together keep eye on everything. And so before, what we were doing everything on an individual basis. For example, Omara and we deliver products ourselves. We do photo shoot, and right now I was busy with some photo shoot. We have introduced some different kind of jewelry, so I was busy with photo shoot, and Omara told me that you have to go for a meeting, so I just joined in to you.
Let's hope that Omera also finds some time to join us. We will really be happy. But still, I think either of you speak to us. It's
Actually, the problem is we have 2G here. Luckily, I'm not working with the 2G, so that's why the video is clear. Otherwise, we have faced so many problems with the 2G. We couldn't reach to our customers. We couldn't talk to our customers. This is very, very, putting a bad effect on ourselves. This 2G is very creating a fuss for our business.
These kind of voices, I'm sure it's all being noted, and I think this all should also reach to the right people. That's what I can actually promise you. The idea is to actually get all these voices and take them to people who make policies. In fact, I can tell you that before I was just joining in the show, I talked to a very senior officer in J&K and was asking him as to what's happening, as to how this package also would actually look at supporting women, especially financially and critically, because it talks about creating marketplaces for women, especially also giving them the kind of critical support financially that they need. But I was also saying that it doesn't matter whether what you announce or you say, what actually happens on the ground and how you really deliver, implement your policies is very important.
Yes.
But I can share also on behalf of them 2 or 3 good things. One of the things I was told that is happening in J&K is that when COVID started, they thought that people would need large number of masks. So what they did is, instead of really going to people commercially who are doing things, they reached out to some of these self-help groups and women NGOs or women who were good at making masks, and then they asked them to create and sew masks for large number of people. So I thought that's a good idea to reach out in this crisis situation to women who had the potential to do it and use their capabilities to then serve a larger number of people. I think these kind of ideas also work, where you get this group and rural women to work with you. So that's one of the things. And I'm sure that now there are thoughts that women enterprises need to be supported, because now what happens phase 2, that you will require money, and I think you will be looking at banks. J&K Bank happens to be one of the big names. So let's see how it all happens. But Mansi, maybe you can tell me as to how, what kind of support would you look at, or the kind of spaces you would look at, which will make you prosper, grow more in whatever you do.
First of all, obviously, the finances are very, very low right now of everybody. All the businesses are suffering because of that. And so obviously, any kind of a financial help or a financial package would be welcome after this post-COVID, that is. For education, I believe for us to get back on track and back to normalcy is going to take quite some time. And this would be the new normal. But I also see a lot of positives in online education, because one, we are able to reach all across the we are not now just confined to the state of J&K. As soon as we launch our online courses, we are pan India or pan world. So that is one thing that has pushed us into going online and going digital with all our courses, and that is one thing, it has opened up the world to us. But as far as the setbacks that we have faced, obviously the first one would be definitely that the finances are low, the economies are low, the rents could not be afforded, although the government had given that nobody is going to ask for it, but in any case, you could not hold on to the rented property endlessly, whether you're paying or you're not paying, you had to give up the rented property. So that was one setback that we had to face. So as soon as the world starts getting back to normal, first of all, there is nothing, we don't have anything in sight that when that normalcy is going to start or when we are going to reach to that kind of a level. But definitely the thing would be that easy loans, interest-free loans rather, and any kind of support, because the small businesses are struggling very hard right now, and it is a very, very difficult time for all of us to survive right now, the small businesses. And let's see whatever the government has to offer, but it has to be something that has to come from the government and not expected. Atmanirbharta is good, but there is a limit to that too. So we are trying as hard as we can on our level, but yes, any kind of a support right now is welcome.
You have all the right to demand. I think you all women there, especially, I think within those odd conditions and situations, are doing a lot. And I think
yes, of course.
It's very natural and it's very expected, and I hope that sooner the better.
The better, actually.
Preeti, would you like to come in and say that since you said that you're dabbling in herbal medicine, what kind of support would you need?
For the support this time, I can say during this pandemic, during Corona, herbal medicines are like used much. So this time was a good time for us, but yes, it was not that good, because if the finance was good, then the like traveling was difficult. The people who wanted to join with us, that was difficult. So there were so many things that that were not good for us. But yeah, during this Corona, the herbal medicines were like in good. We had a good business, but there are so many difficulties that we were lacking with the employees. There were less employees with us, and yes, some new we wanted to go for R&D. That was also a new thing we wanted to go, but yeah, during Corona we were not able to work. And yes, something from the government that I would like to say. Yes, I have taken this loan from the government as a female entrepreneur. So I think if we go through the CIDCO or CCOP terms, then there are very good loans. If somebody wants to go for that, then they can go for it, because there are so many options, like for the machineries and for the like a term loan. There are different things that they have made. So if somebody wants to go, they can apply for it. I guess it's a very good, and very good to start with it, because everybody is not having backup. Like I was not having that much backup to start with. So I had a loan. I have taken a loan, so it's working well with it. But yeah, with Corona, even if the financial part, economical part was good, but the some part like transportation and so many things, lack of employees, all those spoiled some of our part.
Yeah, so that's what we are saying. And Khushbu, looking at this whole macro picture, if you look at, how women are contributing largely to economy, and why they must actually, because if we don't really use their resource as human capital also purely, then we are actually losing on developing India's economy.
Absolutely. I have a statistic here I want to mention. I just noted down a couple of points. Can you hear me?
I can. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was just going to say this, that we have a working population, working age women in India. We have approximately 432 million, of which 343 million are not paid in formal work. And by 2030, India's working age population will cross 1 billion, and up to 400 billion women ka to hum soch hi nahi rahe hain usme se. So it's, you see how unpredictable it is going down. And there is something else also I wanted to say, that, a lot of women believe that working for themselves reduces their dependencies on others. It is one of the factors why we see more and more people wanting to get into entrepreneurship now. And also that true entrepreneurship among women are also overrepresented in numbers. Like sometimes we say this business is owned by that woman, but that is only on paper. We know that a lot, right? A lot of us see that report in news. So these are some interesting points I noted down. I thought I would share with all of you. There is a cultural conundrum, which a cultural, जो हम कहते हैं बंदिशें हैं थोड़ी. There are some things that hold us back, hold women back before they go into entrepreneurship. The first is that we are very passive when it comes to our financial financial decision making in the house. We've been a little passive, and it's changing right now. Our equal rights to property or assets is ignored from time to time. I'm talking about women on a large scale. So that needs to be worked upon on, on a personal level. The next thing is that we think that we are the primary caregivers of the house, which we are, but sometimes it makes us a little guilty of venturing out, thinking of what we want to do in life. So there are these basic building blocks of entrepreneurship. These are the basic things that we think of before we try to enter into it. Next is that we do lack confidence, like some of these people mentioned right now, that because we don't have external support, we don't have much support from the government, we don't have much support from fellow women entrepreneurs. There should be more and more women conclaves happening, more business women conclaves happening. There should be more of, all of us who are working in Jammu, we would realize that what people focus on, what other women focus on, is pulling each other down rather than pulling each other up. And we see that is a tendency. Men do support each other. And I think I'm talking about these points because there is potential in each of these points. There is a potential if we try to bring each other up, to see potential in each other. There's much what we can, much more with what we can do. And the problems of 2G and the problem of course, support from the government is lacking in J&K, to be
2G,
specific.
2G, yes.
We need 2G why do we always say, why is there a campaign on Twitter on 2G all the time? Because it is stopping everyone. It is stopping the students, it is stopping any entrepreneur. And more than ever, it's stopping the woman entrepreneur right now, because she already she has to look at the house also. Okay. And the first point that J&K should do is that we should have one ecosystem, one big umbrella of women supporting each other in entrepreneurship. That is something we should be doing. Next point is that the funnel based total number of women who enter entrepreneurship should increase. The funnel base of entrepreneurs in J&K has to increase. How do we do that? Like Binish knows that, we keep on collaborating with each other to promote each other well. We should be doing that more. There should be more role models out there in the news from time to time. If there's a girl who's sitting at home who has a brilliant idea, I'm sure there are many. But she doesn't go out because she doesn't see too many examples. We need to build on more examples. And thank you, Rakhi, for conducting this session, because we should be doing more of these sessions. You never know who gets an idea, who becomes successful tomorrow. And
Khushbu, lots of very, very valid points that you've raised. I'm really thankful to you that you've really summed it up. We have little time, but I think all these points, very important points that you brought before us, these are like notes. In fact, I'm noting, my team is noting, and we will be producing a little paper on this, and through an article and through the paper, we will be making others aware as to how critical each point is. Talking about your point, Khushbu, I think what I understand is that there has to be a collective. A women collective of entrepreneurs is something that I think we should decide on here in the show. Should be made.
Absolutely.
And rightly you said the conclave actually should happen where women, and we should also really vow here that that we should really hold hands.
Yes, all in for it.
Absolutely. In fact, I don't know the timing, but I just finished that show on Hotstar yesterday, Mrs. America. It is a very nice show about the feminist movement of 1970s in the US. I see something like that happening 50 years ke baad yahan pe in India. It's happening right now, but it's not about who fighting and lobbying against ERA or something. It's about getting together, pulling each other up. So I think apart from 2G and the support that we are asking from the government, we should be asking for support from fellow women here. And if you see women supporting each other, the men will automatically come in the support.
Sure. That's the best strategy, so to say, to really, we talked about conditioning, for example, the conditioning part.
Absolutely.
I want to go to Binish on that Binish, when you talk about conditioning, all these points that Khushbu has said, I'm sure you agree that, this conditioning about how much can I take? Why should I take all this effort? Why am I doing it? Okay, sitting at home or doing in a relaxed manner, whatever that I want to. Why should I take all that headache of going to the authorities, filling those papers and, getting into the processes? These seem to be so complex, things like that. Because I understand when you follow a process, there are so many things, those steps that you have to also follow, and at times it can be irritating. So Binish, how would you really look at really reaching to your aim mission, but also smartly there? So how would you really look at that?
You know, as Khushbu said, we don't have any help from government. As literally Umaira and me too don't have any help from government. Like, we are individually employing girls and we are paying them on individual basis. Like, it's like the woman is helping women. And many girls come to us. If we have a support from the girls, we have opened a unit where we can teach to the girls, those who are just confined to their home. They couldn't go anywhere. So Umaira and me decided to teach, but we don't have any help from the government, and we couldn't go.
Binish, have you reached out? Have you reached out? Have you asked the government? Have you asked for support? Have you said to this Women Development Corporation or EDIs and all these institutes?
Yes. We went to EDI, and they said you have to go for a course of 14 days, and we told them that we couldn't do the course because we are already occupied with the work. Like Umaira and me, we're dealing with the customers, we are dealing with everything, so we don't have time. We are already into the business, so we don't have time to go for a class up to the 4, and then we come back to home tired and start working. We deal with so many customers. We have customers all over India, and that is all the hard work of Umaira and me. And
Binish, another question is that, in Srinagar especially,
yes,
how would you look at this mindset changing? I mean, what kind of other problems come to you? Because we know that so many women are working, but still there are these mindsets which tell you to do, very soft jobs, do not have so much problem when you work, why take so much of headache, that kind of.
Yes, we heard a lot about this, as our parents also said that why are you doing this hard work and you get tired, फिर उतनी आपको हिम्मत भी नहीं रहेगी, आप ये कैसे कर रहे हो? It's a very hard working job. You have to work with the needles, we have to work with the crochet, we have to work with the pearls, threads. It's like this. And my dad is also said, you are MA B.Ed, why are you doing this business? Why don't you go for the government job? But we don't have government jobs opportunities here. We have to wait in a queue for long hours to just fill one single form. So what we decide, we were private teachers in a Montessori school. We left that job because we were not earning a good amount there. As we have different kinds of needs day to day. We have to earn a lot because we have to fulfill all the needs. So as I am the elder daughter, Umaira is the elder daughter. So what we decide, why not we switch to some other thing? Why not we revive craft? Let's see the response. And Alhamdulillah, right now we have 56K followers on Instagram and more than on Facebook also.
Very nice. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. You're doing such hard work, and especially in situations where people are looking at you and, as Khushbu says, pulling you down all the time in many ways, not maybe sometimes direct ways, but indirectly. And we really understand that, and how somebody like Khushbu has also carved a niche, does so many things, to actually encourage others. I think that itself is a great job, Mansi.
We just had a collaboration with one girl. She's making the bridal masks. So that's why we had a photo shoot today. One of my colleague is wearing our floral jewelry and the matching masks. So after a few days, we will upload such kind of pictures so that the brides will come up also with some different kind of masks.
I'm so glad. And Her World, on behalf of Her World, I can tell you, promise you that all these pictures you can share with us, or whatever we can do to promote your job or promote your work, we're there to help you out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
To Mansi and Preeti. Mansi and Preeti, like they said, and I really want to talk about that mindset also. As Khushbu rightly says, that though we really want to help each other, there are these other forces which indirectly, maybe not directly at times, but indirectly pull you down and create so much challenge before you that you feel disheartened and you say, why take so much of problem on my head, and really do a very cushy nice job and not really go further. I mean, people sometimes say that women who are ambitious or women who are working hard actually create a little negative gray side on them, as to it's something not really so good, but something which is why should they be extra ambitious, they ask. I mean, what is the need? Unko na pareshani ho rahi hai, wo kya aaram se kar sakti? These kind of things we hear.
Actually, कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि दूसरों को कामयाब होते देख नहीं सकते. This is the reason.
हमें तो होना.
You know, the patriarchy is so deep rooted in all of us that we look down upon an ambitious woman. We look down upon somebody who will, you know, stand for her rights, like Khushbu said about property and everything. You know, if you have a woman who comes forward and claims it, you will have a witch hunt going on, and everybody will be like, oh my God, how dare she, you know, go ahead and put a claim on something like that. So the unfortunate thing is that there are only two scales on which we measure women. One is Devi and the other is Chudel. So there is no, so either we
So rightly put. So rightly put.
So either we have to put them on a pedestal and, you know, they have to be the goody and, you know, perfect in everything. You have to run, even if you're working, you have to have your household running to the T. I mean, and we also feel guilty. It's not that the society, if we have that guilt ingrained in us, कि हमें है ही है, we have to, you know, check all the boxes, कि ये भी कर लिया, which is not humanly possible. If you're pursuing a career, if you have to give 100% to your career, you have the household has to be taken care of by somebody else, and that's not your responsibility, and you don't have to feel guilty about it at all. But you know, we are ingrained that way.
What would you say, Preeti? But
and something different I would like to say is जो मैं हर रोज सुनती हूँ कि why पहली बार किसी को करते देखा है.
हाँ, पहली बार किसी को.
मैं जो सबसे एक बेहतरीन डायलॉग है that is सब पहली बार करते देखा है. Why are you into this? So the difference is if the man is doing, then he's the first one, then it is not an awkward situation. If the woman is doing, she's the first one, then it is a bit awkward for people. So that's the thing that I feel that there are some things that we need to change. Yes, with Jammu and Kashmir, there are so many things. I'll not say about the metro cities. Metro cities, there are so many new things, but yeah, Jammu and Kashmir में अभी भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जिनमें चेंज लाना जरूरी है. और हाँ, उसमें कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं जैसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में, हैंडीक्राफ्ट में तो हमारी फीमेल्स पहले थी ही, लाइक कुछ नहीं, डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में, इन सब डिपार्टमेंट्स में जब कोई एक नई फीमेल आती है तो उसके लिए क्वेश्चन, उसको कंफर्टेबल कराने के बजाय जो क्वेश्चन होता है वो ये होता है कि अच्छा आप इसमें आए हो, why into this? पहली बार किसी फीमेल को देखा है, पहली बार क्यों देखा है, पहली बार आएगी तो आगे बढ़ेगी ना चाहिए. So इस कोरोना में one thing I felt more positive with this, the three countries, Germany, Taiwan and New Zealand, they are having women president, and they have dealt with the corona in such a beautiful way that the other countries were not able to. So that is the most positive thing that I want to discuss this today on the Daughters Day or two, that the presidents have worked really well. And yes, I want there should be more sessions so that we can get more comfortable. I always prefer to do more work, but not in front of camera. I avoid camera, and also I am bit shy for this. But yeah, if we are going to organize such more sessions, so it would be more better, comfortable, and yes, we'll be like talking more in a more good way and more good thoughts. Like Khushbu ma'am discussed, our co-panelists, they've given such beautiful points, and the literacy point and talking about the agenda. It was such a beautiful discussion, and yes, Khushbu ma'am discussed a very good topic, very good points that I just love to listen.
Thank you. I missed one point. I'm sorry. I will interrupt. I have, there is that, I was thinking that we should have a national commission of women, somebody in PMO's office who represents women entrepreneurs and respective teams leading in charge in CM offices. I don't think men ministers or men leaders really understand the intricacies, the points, the drawbacks that women entrepreneurs are facing. We need women to be in charge of letting the leaders know from time to time. I think, and this conclave thing, I think should work. We should have a J&K entrepreneurship. If we have fashion conclaves every year, why can't we have women business conclaves? What stops us from doing that? And the kind of support and the kind of let it not be financial support, the emotional and the support that you'll get from your fellow entrepreneurs. I think that will take each one of us a long way. I mean, that one time when we meet in the year, one day when we meet all the entrepreneurs, they discuss what problems they are facing, how they can help each other, how different startups can help each other solve the problems. I think we should
Yeah,
be doing.
also, and I must say it all here also, Khushbu, Mansi, Preeti, and Vinish, that, we are women talking here. Many of us are talking English. हम हिंदी तो बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन उन सभी महिलाओं के लिए भी जो हमें ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाई हैं, बट जो रूरल एरियाज में, फार फ्लंग एरियाज में हैं, बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही हैं, हम उन सब तक भी पहुंचना चाहेंगे. We would really like to reach to large number of women who really need. हम तो बोल भी पा रहे हैं. Sometimes they don't even have a voice as such. They're just working in all odds, and my heart really goes out to them. And I really want to, and I can tell you that Her World wants to reach out to all those women who really aspire to do good work, who have the potential and capability to do good work. और हम सब उन सब तक भी पहुंचना चाहेंगे. तो और उन सब तक भी शायद आने वाले शोज में हम कोशिश करेंगे कि ऐसे लोगों के हम वीडियोस मंगाएं या उनसे हम बातचीत कर पाएं, एक संवाद स्थापित कर पाएं. But also to the men, I think a lot of participants who must be male watching us or participating in this show. To them, yes, there is no as such a divide that you understand. We really want you to be supporters, partners. You should understand us. You should be with us, and we really feel happy if we work as a team. So it's not like we, at times it is just created like a versus kind of thing, which I really want to say is a myth which has to be broken. Please come forward. It's just that we need your understanding, that you should understand why it is important to have us there and why to create spaces for us. And that's very important. This is to all the men who have joined us or who will be joining us in future or who have joined us earlier and who should be watching all these conversations. It's not about just women talking to each other, but women really also sharing, as Khushbu also says. It's very, very important. Anybody else who wants to ask a question can also ask Anushka. There could be participants willing to ask questions. Yeah, I can see.
Yes, ma'am. I think we don't have any questions in our chat box yet. So if any of our viewers have any questions, you can post your questions here. And I mean, very quickly, all of our panelists, I think you've all covered a lot of ground about the necessity to really promote women entrepreneurs. And I think, like Khushbu ma'am also said, talking about the idea of conclaves and really normalizing the idea of women delivering and driving change in many ways needs to be a priority for all of us. And on the idea of how, we sometimes don't, I mean, it's surmised that perhaps we don't support each other. And I would just like to say, I think we have the principal of Miranda House with us, Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. And I think as a student of Miranda, I had the opportunity of being a part of a really supportive system. And I think, I mean, the synergies that can drive change, I think we need more and more of that, absolutely. And if any of our viewers have any questions, you can step in and unmute yourself, and we can take it up.
But before that, can we also have Dr. Nanda, because not only that Miranda House has graciously decided to partner here because they believe in what women should do and how they should grow and go up. Dr. Nanda has been specially trying to join all the shows and encourage us.
Thank you, Rakhi. Thanks a lot for allowing me to speak. I congratulate you on this program, and I would like to say that the basic idea that Her World is trying to promote here and the idea that the Policy Center and Gender Lab have brought together is one of solidarity. And I think we have managed to do that. Women entrepreneurs are and the kind of issues that Preeti Kashyap, Mansi Gupta, as well as your other panelists have brought up. I think it's amazing because it's a host of issues that your speakers have brought in. It's a very unique program, and and it does give you food for thought. I think it was Miss Mattu Bharadwaj who said that we should have more of these sessions because God knows what they are saying, how it inspires another person. So yes. At a time when we are looking at self-reliance, we are looking at the idea of women marching out, finding their own employment and other ways of engaging with the world of work. I think these are very important conversations. And I agree that while we speak of self-reliance, we should also speak of solidarity. You should have a group that you can lean on to. And I congratulate you again. And in the true sense of friendship and solidarity, which Her World is engaging with, and the Policy Center and Gender Lab, I see a lot of students today from the Policy Center and Gender Lab here. I think they have learned a lot. They must be feeling inspired, and hope we can carry this forward. Thank you for giving this opportunity. I look forward to more such sessions. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Your words mean a lot to us. And like always, I would like to also say that Ishrat ji हमें हमेशा join करती हैं, and I think she also wants to speak. And it's only a
hello.
that
Thank you so much, Rakhi. Thank you so much. Yeah, actually, I want to notice na ye Khushbu ji ne you noticing very important point. That's why I join every day to learn more, to get new ideas from you. And I want to advise Binish.
Yes.
She's very from her thoughts she seems very discouraging. Like
maybe there's a connectivity problem.
Yeah, as 2G.
Yeah, it happens. But Ishrat always still manages to join, I can tell you, and she's very courageous and she's very forthcoming, and I really salute her spirit. And that's what we are also doing through this program. Each one of
am
you.
I audible?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Binish, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you?
Yeah, darling, listen, you have to do your own. Nobody's going to help you. Make sure people will listen you. People will be with you. But one point, you have to do your own.
Yes, ma'am. That's why we are doing it from the 2015. And we are here.
In Kashmir, in Jammu and Kashmir, there is a lot of problems we're noticing. We are facing every day, morning to evening. But you have to do your own. From your home to your office.
Yes.
From your workplace to your home. You have to do it. I will tell you, as we are allowed to run 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, I'm planning to organize that quiz program to regenerate a education concept back to students.
Okay.
So I met with a lot of problems in district Baramulla because I work for rural education. I met with a lot of problems. I don't want to mention their names. Whole authority I met. Everybody say, okay, fine, it's a very good, it's a this, it's a that, but nobody going to help me. I'm going to do my own. And I'm going to reach 1,000 schools, not a joke. Within my, I give my, listen, मैंने खुद को challenge दिया, I'm going to do this in 1 month. मैं 1,000 schools को जाके खुद school heads को मिलके 1 महीने में मैं ये कर लेती हूँ. From 1st to 2, और मैं ये कर रही हूँ 1st to 12th category wise में. People listen, people appreciate my thought. People say, okay, I'm available. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, this, okay, that. And I know the practical work is I'm going to do only me and my staff is there. Nobody
but we are here with the help of people and with the help of social media. Like from the beginning, social media helped us a lot and the people helped us a lot. So we don't need, I think, we don't need support of government, I think, because from the 2015 up to the 2020 we are here, and alhamdulillah it's all the support of the people and all the support of the social media.
Exactly. Government is not going to help us because I'm working for this Rolex in 5 years, but I'm in business since my childhood, since my matric. If you go to my story, I have joined it after my matric exam to my father, but I know government is not going to help us. They have a lot of schemers. They have lots of schemers.
Yes.
But you will not benefited with that.
So Ishratji, if I may come in now, is that I think I really salute the spirit of both you and Binish and so many of our sisters who are working in Jammu and Kashmir. But the whole idea is that there is the government, there are policy makers, they are announcing policies, there are creating schemes. So our job is also to just tell them each time that since you are doing that and since your intention, which seems is to also help us women, please do that. Take our consultation. Maybe make a committee where you take all these advices and suggestions, which even through these talk shows are coming up. and then understand as to what is really needed, and then you work on those plans. And on those plans you work like how really should we reach out to these women, what exactly are those steps that we have to work on. I think these are the things that through these talk shows, through your conversation and your suggestions,
Exactly, Rakhi.
Those are
Actually, these type of talk shows is actually encouraging. Actually, to see what our sisters, what our daughters is doing outside in my neighborhood here, there, Jammu and our other states. That is the main encouragement. That is the main source to grow, to
I
look
do.
beyond, to forward. Like Khushbu ji said, I know her from Twitter because I'm very active on social media. She's noticing very important points. Maybe कि जिनके बारे में हमने सोचा भी नहीं था. Like people like her will raise voice. We are supporting. We are already here. और chat show like you, Rakhi. It's मतलब पता चल जाता है कि कैसे है. Sometimes हमें लगता है कि हम गलत है. किसी का सुन के लगता है कि नहीं ऐसे करना है. It is also encouraging, very encouraging. I found it. That's why I'm joining every day to learn more, to know more what's happening around me, what's happening with my daughters, what's happening with my sisters, how to regenerate a concept of working woman.
Sure. That's why I think
one thing I would like to add with the schemes. So schemes की बात अगर करूँ तो I have also taken a loan from SIDCO. It is not difficult to just take loan. The difficulty is formalities by the government. So grassroots पे जब हम लोन लेने जाते हैं, it's not just about कि हमें लोन लेना है and you have to give your documents and you will get it. It's not that easy. So there are so many things created by the government that are the documentations, and if your documentations are complete, then the department people how they take you as. So these are the things that really create a problem. तभी हम लोग लोन से डरते हैं. To be very frank, जब मैंने लोन अप्लाई किया था तो I guess मुझे बैंक में 10 to 15 times सिर्फ यही पूछने के लिए जाना होता था कि मेरे लोन प्रोसेस में कब आएगा. So the difficulty is not the schemes. Schemes are being given by the government and they are best schemes, I guess. But the problem is somewhere with the people, those who don't take it seriously. Because जब हम लोन अप्लाई करते हैं तो उसके लिए हमें इतनी सारी फॉर्मेलिटीज दी जाती हैं जो कि मतलब वो हमारा टाइम पीरियड तो लोन लेने में ही निकल जाता है जिसमें हमें बिजनेस करना होता है. So the difficulty is, the more difficult part is applying for loan, taking the schemes. वो इनिशिएटिव लेने के बाद का जो टाइम होता है वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. शायद वो जो हमने अप्लाई किया है उसको लेने में ही हमें साल लग जाए, तब तक हमारा बिजनेस एस्टैब्लिश भी हो जाएगा. तो वो ही बहुत एक डिफिकल्टी है, स्पेशली फॉर अ फीमेल, दोज हु आर नॉट वर्किंग, उनके लिए तो और भी ज्यादा है. बिकॉज लाइक some people go for their own work to the departments, different departments. Some don't go. So it's the most difficult point is applying for a loan and then taking those schemes from the government. So extracting those schemes is most difficult job. Schemes are there. Government every time gives new schemes for coming year, हर year के plan पे.
जी, Preeti, what you're saying is that complexes, these processes need to be simpler and not really complex. Or
yes, exactly.
So Khushbu, you want to come in here because I was also proposing that there should be, as you also said, taking it further, there should be committees, for example.
Absolutely. The pressure that a committee can create will resolve all these problems of your processing of loans. Like Mansi mentioned a while back, this is all patriarchy. This is something that they're like, okay, this is going, okay, a woman is applying for loan. What if her husband is applying? What if her dad is applying? What if the brother wants the money? Okay, what if she is fickle-minded? That is, I think, the first thing.
So they will have the doubt. The first doubt would be, what if she's unable
How
to pay
is the
back?
woman going to pay back? How is it? So I think women's collective needs to be there. That is how lobbying happens, and lobbying is legal in a lot of countries. It creates pressure. If nobody is going to listen to you as a one person, you might put pressure as a committee. There should be a delegation that goes to the LG, Lieutenant Governor, a woman entrepreneur ka delegation. I don't think he will say no. We can put forward our points.
Sure. Khushbu, so from your region, I think Mr. Sanjay Sapru is asking a question. Come in and ask your question. a male voice coming in. I really allow you, Mr. Sapru.
How sweet.
Hi everyone. I didn't ask the question. I just summed up everything for the clarity of everyone.
Thank you.
So you say whatever you wrote.
So I think you people can read it. So I only said that I think what you people said, what you people are trying to say is we need to be self-sufficient. I think 100% we need to be self-sufficient, everybody, be it any gender. We need to have limited dependence on government. But at the same time, government has multiple processes or multiple schemes in place. And where I think these schemes needs to be aware. Where these schemes fail is implementation. And in those implementations, I think the think tanks or NGOs have to play a vital role in making those processes simple for a common citizen to avail those schemes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very good. I think points really well taken. I think we all agree with you that, as you rightly said, that implementation is the real problem. Of course, women are doing, as you heard also, that women are doing things on their own. But I think somewhere if you encourage and support them, they can bloom and they can really do better.
Right.
That is the whole idea. So I guess anybody, thank you. Anybody else who wants to say something?
Yeah. Good evening, beautiful ladies. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. On Daughters' Day, I would like to salute to the spirit of all the daughters, including my own self, because we are all daughters of Mother India, remember. And one thing which I would like to remind all of you is that whenever you are disheartened, depressed because of any challenges coming your way, remember that the hen that rocks the cradle can rule the world too. Always keep that in mind. And in fact, challenges will always be there, but the challenges actually toughens us, strengthens us, and it makes us think in different manner. When one door closes, another door is always open. We just have to keep our eyes open to see the second options. And being a woman, I'm of course very proud of my womanhood. And I'm also very proud of all the women, all of you. All of you are doing amazing work in your own field. You don't need anybody else to celebrate your existence, your work. You celebrate your own existence, your own work. Learn to love yourself, and then automatically everything will come into your way. People will tend to, what do you say? They'll try to show you that you are unworthy of something or the other, but you have to show your own worth. And of course, the dependency should never be there. We do need certain support, like say, for instance, the financial support. Well, but that shouldn't stop you from working. You've tried to find other ways of moving forward. Keep on working. One day or the other, something will come forward in your way, and you'll be able to fulfill all your dreams, all your visions, all your aspirations. And like Khushbu had said, we need to be together. This is very important. We need to be together to work collectively. There should be no fragmentation, If all women, they're so powerful, all of us are so powerful in our own way. We have not been able to identify our own potentiality. We should learn to do that. And once we become aware of the power, even one person is not been taped. If 100% of our potentiality is taped, you can imagine how much powerful we all will be, and we'll be able to, break all ceilings, I'm sure. And all the dreams of all the women will be fulfilled one day or the other, no matter where they are geographically located. I repeat once again, no matter where they are geographically located. We are all in this together. We are all here to support one another, and we are one. That is it. My final word.
Thank you so very much. And let me share with everyone else that Archana ji was speaking to us from Assam, and that's something that is very special to us. She's been with us. She's a well-wisher and friend of her world, and she really joins hands each time to take these voices ahead. I'm so thankful to you, Archana ji. And that's, but one thing I want to really say from my own experience is that while we are saying that, okay, we really have the power and we can do things, the policies and schemes are for everyone. That's the government's job and the mandate of the state. So they are doing it regardless of who. I mean, it is also for men. It is also for women. It's also for all kinds of all sections that they're looking at. So it's not that, when we are saying it's something extraordinary, it's part of the system. It's just that we are saying that please look at the system more critically and carefully and look at our needs, continentally. And that's what we are saying also at the same time. While we are together, we're exhibiting solidarity, we are sisters, we want each other to bloom, prosper, grow, develop. At the same time, we are saying that also if there are policies, there or the schemes there, then let those schemes also look at us in a more specific manner. That's all we are saying. I think these voices are very important. I'm so glad everybody has joined in, with their own perspective. If there are any other questions, if at all, there are students there, some of the young people there, Anushka, then they can talk to us.
Do any of our viewers have any questions?
And just
I think we have a lot of people from Miranda House as well. If any of you have a question or comments, you're most welcome to share that. I think we'll, I think if anybody has a question, they'll probably post it or.
To all these participants, Preeti, Khushbu, Binish, and Mansi, any last word on this? Anything else that you still would like to say?
I think,
the
idea of coming under one umbrella and helping each other, hand holding, that is one thing that I'm taking away from this meeting today. And that is, I think, very positive and something that can actually be very, very useful to all the women entrepreneurs out there. And let's start it, all of us, the 5 of us right here, and let's, start adding in many more people to it. And let's not let it go waste. I think so.
Absolutely. I think women have potential of something more than kitty parties now.
Of course,
I think we can go to the next level now.
Definitely. And working is as important as breathing. I don't understand how people don't do that.
Absolutely. I think what we need to tell out there is that a woman has to be comfortable. Whether it's her choice basically. If she's okay at home working as a housewife, she should be okay with that. If she's okay going out and work, to go out and work, she should be okay with that. She should get support for that. So I think this is the gender equality, Rakhi, we were talking about the other day, that a woman should be feeling comfortable, and fellow women and fellow men should help in that.
Sure. Thank you so much for bringing in that perspective. Binish, any word coming from you? Is she still there? Oh, she's so busy.
Binish left, I believe.
She left.
Okay, fine. So I think I feel privileged that we could speak to Binish despite 2G, and she was there and spoke to us. Preeti, any last word? And we would like to wrap.
So at the last, I would just like to say there is nothing in front when you're passion and when you're really dedicated to do something, nothing can stop you. Whether you are anywhere, anything you want to do, when you're passionate about it, nothing can stop you. And yes, I would love to be with all the 4, and we will definitely talk on this. And yes, to have a better system for our other daughters and friends, so that the female entrepreneurship can be promoted more in a much better way. So I would like to join you all. Please let me know how can I be a part of it. So would really love to do this. And yes, thank you, Rakhi ma'am, for having us all here. Really, it was a wonderful session. I never thought it would be in such a good way. I discussed like a grassroots thing. That was a wonderful thing. And also listening to such good co-panelists, that's such a lovely thing ever.
So thank you so much. And I got these comments that we are also flashing on the screen, and these are very encouraging and warm messages coming on and from all kinds of men and women. And I think this only makes us confident to really work on our plans, go ahead. One thing I would like to say is that, when I go to a lot of colleges, speak to young people, 2 or 3 things which are very common and I'm asked. So one of the things is like, why do all this? And I always say कि आप कहते हैं कि 100% विकास करना है, तो 50% के साथ करेंगे कैसे? तो 50 को भी ले आएंगे तभी तो 100 बना के चलेंगे. So I think it's very important to look at that very important segment of women who come as human resource, as human capital, as something which is also leading to more productivity purely. So I think अगर हमें विकास, हमें development की ओर देखना है, तो we cannot afford to ignore women and their potential. It's very, very important, and that's why these dialogues and conversations, as we all are doing it, we will keep doing it, are very, very important. दूसरा ये कि क्यों जरूरत होती है women को support की या उसे किसी तरह की मदद की. For example, I'm asked a very particular question in Delhi. Metro में क्यों reservation चाहिए? उनके लिए अलग एक डब्बा. So I always say that because there was just nothing for them, and that's why we are just trying to at least use these words like support or give them a shoulder and things like that. It's very important कि उनको उनकी जगह पे लाया जाए, to give them the spaces that they deserve. They're not asking, they deserve it. So I think this point has to be understood, and we will all of us, and I really want more men to come in and join us in our endeavor and give us their ideas, maybe lend new insights if they have, and we really welcome those ideas. So thank you so much, all you wonderful women, and Her World promises to be with you on all these ideas and to take it ahead also. We keep also talking to the system, the governance which is happening, the authorities, and why not become also a bridge to get these points ahead and across to them. We will continue to do that. Please watch us. Even in future, we will bring you new ideas, new discussions, and we'll also keep engaging with you. So thank you so much once again. As we wrap up, I bring in Niklun, the editor here. She's from Northeast, and that's where we are. Again, another sister from another corner. Niklun.
Hello everyone. Yeah, today is really I feel really connected today from across from the north, from the central, and from the east. I'm talking from Imphal. This is from Imphal, Manipur. Once again, this is an official thank you, Mansi, Preeti, Khushbu, Binish, and also Omaira. I saw one on the chat box of my Binish was saying that she has just left for feeding her baby. So it is really very nice. I mean, that is how we really work for women. That's all the challenges we have. Yeah, and really thank you to the speakers for giving your wonderful and valuable time. And especially today, it was very informative and very encouraging. Especially, I see that all the speakers has already started connecting, and already suggestions are coming in. And I think there is already a collective building up from this event, from this today's talk show. And also, I would like to say that anyone who are participating today, and even the speakers, you can always suggest and tell us some people who are really working on the ground, so that we can bring them on these talk shows, and so that we can hear more stories. Because it is really very, this connectivity, maybe even this lockdown, this digital is also a privilege in one way, so that we can get more connected to different people, especially on the ground in the rural areas. And once again, thank you. And also especially thank you to Dr. Nanda, Archana, Sanjay for pitching in and giving in your inputs. And also to all those participants who are our supporters, who has been with us in these talk shows. It is really very encouraging to see all of you always joining us and being part of this journey, the Her World journey. And we will also be always updating our events happenings in our social media. So I request all of you to follow us and see what's happening and at our end. So do always join us and keep supporting us, and do keep in touch with us for suggest us ideas, stories, so that we can reach out to them and bring them in our talk shows. Thank you all. Thank you from Her World. On behalf of Her World team, we thank you all so much for all your valuable time, and especially all the suggestions and the collective and the support and solidarity coming in. Thank you all once again. Have a good day. Have a good evening. It's already 6 here.
Okay.
I hope Binish is listening. I hope she heard. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all. Join us on
for having us.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, do join the next talk show. We'll be updating on our social media. We will keep updating on the social media.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wait for entrepreneurs can also write in. You know, we also welcome articles and blogs from you. You can also write in.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you all. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye and all the best.
Bye bye. All the best.
Bye. Bye bye.